Hello guys, welcome in today's crypto technical analysis, and today as usual we will be discussing Bitcoin and Ethereum price actions. I believe it's time to update the market. Before we start, I would like to remind you, if you guys are learning and enjoying from the content, don't forget to like the video, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Starting from the BTC under a lower time frame, in the last Twitter update I shared this call via my Twitter account, and it provided already 6% spot profit where it was a scalping, so one could have taken 10 times or 5 times leverage. That would have been already up by 60 and 35% profit. So that was, as I said, low time frame resistance. After we reached to exact target that you can see the lower line of this resistance, since then we start going towards the downside. Recapping from the last video, we had resistance number 1 and resistance number 2. In the last video I said we might go all the way up to the resistance number 2, and I will be watching closely in the 48 and 72 hours this resistance number 1 and then 2. So I was expecting there was a chance to go all the way up to upper line of this resistance number 2. However, resistance number 1, I wasn't giving too much hope to resistance number 1, and as you can see we didn't really reach to the resistance number 2 because these ones, as I said, higher time frame resistance. So as you saw, that will reach only to a lower time frame resistance, that which I shared via my Twitter account. You can follow me via Twitter at CryptoMagnate8 for an instant update. So then we had this support level, and this support level changed number of times, and end of the April 14th and 21st of April that you can see we had the exact support level. After nearly a month we're facing again with the exact support levels. So we got first rejection, second rejection, third rejection, and then fourth rejection here. However, this time we couldn't manage to hold and we broke the 45,300 range. As soon as we broke it, I updated via my Twitter account that this is high time frame support level, which is 41,500 and 44,000 levels, and this is based on the Fibonacci as well as the high time frame horizontal support levels. We're going to come to that one in a minute. So I'm expecting price to go back all the way up until the lower line of this support level. Let's start doing a multiple time frame analysis, starting from a weekly time frame. Overall, weekly time frame is still healthy and bullish. However, in the last couple of weeks we couldn't manage to break the 60,000 level. As a result, 2 weeks that we saw red candles, and we had another try to break the same level. However, we failed, and as expected from lower time frames as well as the mid time frames start giving a bearish signal. As a result, we saw this dump in the market. Last night we closed the weekly time frame above 46,500 and 45,500 levels. As long as we're going to be staying above in the coming weeks 45,500 level on the weekly time frame, we will be safe. Otherwise, it is too early for us to talk about it. Then we might reach all the way up to 40,000 and 38,000 levels. Moving on to a daily time frame. When we look into a daily time frame, since the beginning of the January, we were clearly on an uptrend. Candles kept printing a higher highs. However, once we couldn't manage to break the 60,000 level, as expected, as I said, we will be start printing a lower highs. Right at this moment, we broke the previous low. So as you can see, from the upper side, we have this a lower high structure. From the bottom, we have a lower lows, which is not really a good sign under a daily time frame. Overall, daily time frame is under the consolidation. Before we move on to the mid time and low time frames, if you want to learn all these technical analysis, if you want to gain those percentage that I'm showing, and if you want to become an independent professional trader, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master this all. The system will cover day trading, swing, as well as long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. Under 4-hour time frame, from the resistance 2, that which we couldn't manage in the last video, because lower time frames, as I said, as soon as we lost the resistance number 3, as a result we saw a dump. Testing again lower line of this resistance number 2, then we faced all the way towards the down higher time frame support level. So right at this moment, we got another rejection, dollar to dollar, cent to cent, from the lower line of this resistance number 1, and the price heading towards the south, all the way up to the lower line of this support 1. So as I said, as soon as we broke on the downside 56,500 level, the 4 hour went under the bear's control. So right at this moment 4 hour is heavily under the bear's control. 2 hour time frame, same scenario applies. As soon as we broke $56,000 under 2 hour time frame, we started moving towards the south. In order to be bullish under 2 hours, 4 hour time frame, we have to break this resistance number 2. However, right at this moment, it seems unlikely and I'm not expecting to break these levels. As I mentioned in the previous videos, that we had a resistance around here, as you remember, and in the 72 hours, I said, even if we're going to go to this level, to the resistance level, and highly likely we will see a rejection, either consolidation or dump in the market. So as expected, the dump level was around here, if you remember. However, as I said, I updated via my Twitter account this support level. So in order to be bullish under 2 hours, 4 hour time frame, we have to break this resistance number 2. I put it heavy one because you don't have only one resistance over here. You've got multiple time frame resistance just located in this resistance number 2. Moving on to a 1 hour time frame. Right at this moment, 1 hour time frame is under the bear's control, obviously, and in order to be bullish, I would say again, we have to break resistance number 2. However, resistance number 3 is too early for us to talk about it. It's going to be heavy for the bulls to break the resistance number 3. But for me, the most important level is going to be the resistance number 1. Otherwise, as I said, on the mid time frame, we will see a consolidation around this region, as long as we're going to hold the support level, which was 41,641.5 levels. So from that rejection, which I mentioned, that our support was around in that resistance 1, we dumped already. If one took it this signal, you've been already up by 10% spot profit. That level was unexpected, so I don't calculate. There is no point of calculating this. If you kept lowering your stop loss with this level, which I mentioned in the previous videos, that you've been already up by 10%. The important level, I'm expecting to hold this lower line of the support, and for the bullish scenario, in the coming days or weeks, I'll be watching closely the resistance number 2. Okay, let's move on to the Ethereum. Ethereum under a 4 hour time frame, we're already on the consolidation zone. However, if we're going to recap with the old support levels, we had a support number 1, support number 2, and then support number 3. In my previous videos, as soon as we dumped around $3,500, after holding the 3,500, I mentioned that the price action will go all the way up to between 4,100 and all the way maximum 4,200 level. So if you took it this trade again, you would have been already up by, with a 4,000 minimum target price was 4,100. You would have been already up by 15% spot profit. If you're a leverage trader with a 10 times 150% profit, 5 times you would have been already up by 75% profit. However, in my last video around here, I said we're going to get highly likely a rejection, and we will see a bit of consolidation on the lower time frame around here, lower line of this support level, and I'm expecting a rejection again, and price action will go towards the support number 2. As soon as we broke this level, all the way we came to support number 2, and you had another 15% to 17% spot profit. If you're a leverage trader, as I said, you do the maths for yourself. So right at this moment, I'm really happy with my analysis. We got rejection right from there. On my last video, the price action was around here, and as expected, we will see a rejection holding a bit of a consolidation, and the price action highly likely comes to the test for the support number 2. So as you can see, from this low, the target price being given all the way up to 4,100, 4,200 levels. 15% profit long from there. If you're going to calculate from the top of this rejection all the way towards the bottom, over between 20 and 23% spot profit. So the analysis worked perfectly fine, and moving on to today's technical analysis. So as you can see, these are our new support and resistance lines. As soon as we lost the resistance number 2, upper line of this resistance number 2, 4 hour time frame went into a consolidation zone. However, the 4 hour time frame is preparing to move onto the bear's control. But I'm expecting, as long as the BTC stays stable, we might get another rejection and then retesting of this lower line of this resistance number 2 or upper line of this resistance number 1. So 4 hour time frame doesn't look good for the Ethereum. Moving on to 2 hour time frame. With this bearish candle, 2 hour time frame started moving towards the consolidation. However, as soon as we broke 3,800, 2 hour started moving towards the bearish control. In order to be bullish, 2-hour time frame should break the upper line of this resistance number 2, which is going to be $3,900 and $4,000. Moving on to a 1-hour time frame. When we look into a 1-hour time frame, as soon as the price broke 4,000 level, we entered into a consolidation. Then we tested the 4,200 as I said, and we couldn't manage it. 1 hour went under the bearish control. So the bullish scenario, I'm not giving it too much weight for the bullish scenario. However, in order to be bullish for Ethereum, we have to break this resistance number 2. Lower line of this resistance number 2 is going to be 3,600 and 3,900, 4,000 range. So for me, ideally, if we're going to break the 4,000 level, then we are good to go to print the new all-time high. However, under lower time frames, as you can see, we're under the bearish control, and I'm expecting if the BTC dumps further, we will see a support number 1 should hold in the first place. So as I mentioned in my previous tweets, as long as we're going to hold the support number 1, that's going to be a beautiful entry for the spot traders. We came to an end, and these are my thoughts about the BTC and Ethereum. If you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.